questions.
Okay, and there is nothing off limits or just children?
Well,
Loving, I just want to ask, are you on Reddit? Like, do you speak with the chat or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm on Reddit. I've read Reddit, absolutely.
I think the questions need to be properly versed and not just absurd, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Ask.
And
Go ahead.
Go ahead and ask.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead and ask.
Okay. So I understand that you guys' relationship is your business, and maybe we shouldn't have opinions. But whenever, for example, Miss Collide was on recently saying that you, Jared, were an embarrassment, and crying and saying that you called her horrible names, how do people not get involved? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that, I guess. Yeah.
You know? And then you, on the other hand, Jared, will be crying on your live saying, I don't want my relationship on social media. I just want her to get off live and talk to me. So you're asking for one thing, but then doing the exact same.
No, the comment was
I don't
made,
want the attention, but I do want the attention.
No, the comment was made when we're having issues to not be on live and ranking when we need to talk in private. And that was the comment that was made.
But to the viewers, with all due respect, it seems like you guys have had issues from the moment that you landed in the United States.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
So I feel like everyone in the chat, or at least the majority, would agree with me. I'm being completely respectful. I'm asking these questions, the questions that a lot of people have. And
that's not true. Jared and I are very happy. It's just gotten really hard when we realize, that like he needs to go home or I need to go home. It's very difficult. I don't think any long distance relationship is easy.
But he was only home for 4 days or 5 days at the most.
When?
People that live a city away go that long.
I was home for almost 2 weeks. What do you mean?
That if you were home 2 weeks, I don't remember being a 14 days. 14 full days you were home.
14 days. I said almost 2 weeks.
Okay. And then another question that I feel like a lot of people have is,
why does that matter though?
What does that have to do with anything?
What do you mean? You said we could ask questions, and that's what I'm doing.
But the question is, what is me, how long I've been home? What does that have to do with anything that you're asking?
Because you're saying that the problems came from you guys missing each other so much.
Yes.
In less than 2 weeks.
After being together every single day for 4.5 months. Every single day.
I mean, I feel like, Jared, again, with all due respect, you didn't see other people that should be very important to you for 4.5 months. And that was okay.
I wasn't gone for 4.5 months. I was only here for 89 days.
Okay.
I had to be here for less than 90 days. Then. Okay. And is that your business?
Okay. You said you were answering questions.
Yeah.
You said you say you're answering questions, but then you don't want to answer the questions.
Hold on.
Okay.
I can really see where this is going. He video called his kids, Loving, every single day. Every single day. So that's one of your questions. Then, yeah.
No, that wasn't my question. I was going to respectfully leave the children out of it.
Well, you didn't. You brought it in.
Because again, but like Kiara just said, you FaceTimed your kids every day, but FaceTiming her wasn't enough.
Hold on, Loving. You said, right, that there were other more important people for him to see, right? Is that what you said?
I would think.
That's what you said.
No.
That's what you said.
I'm asking, you said
Y-
that there
And
were
I'm saying I
other
would think that
people, right?
those would be more important people, correct?
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, we engaged right now, right? We're trying
Mm-hmm.
to work out our life at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jared has kids and they're always involved in the picture. Y'all don't
Mm-hmm.
see what happens behind the screen.
My kids
Every
don't get put on
hold on,
TikTok.
baby. Every single decision that Jared and I make, right, revolves around his kids. You guys might know the smallest things. You guys don't know the smallest things that could impact his kids. But we do that.
Mm-hmm.
We make those decisions, right? So Jared video called his kids every single day when he was here. They spoke for hours on end on a phone call, video calling each other, not on a phone.
And just to answer
Video
somebody's
calling each
question,
other.
the 4.5 months we said, she would, do you not remember her being here for a month and a half before I went to SA? That's where the 4.5 months together came from. She was with me with my kids in America. Okay.
May I ask a question? How come that FaceTime or face calls or however you want to describe them, that's okay to give that energy to your kids, but not to her? Like, why wouldn't you be spending the in-person time with your kids and FaceTiming with your significant other?
Because I needed to meet her family and ask her father permission to marry her.
And then you came directly back less than 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Yes, for a few
And left
days.
them again?
For a few days. Yeah.
Is that wrong? You're not allowed to do that?
Okay. And hear me out. Jared, this is just a question, and you can ask me any question too about do you have the finances to do that?
I don't want to put my business out. I don't care about other people's business. I care about my own, and that's it. I don't have any questions.
But you relied on other people to finance that. And that's not okay.
Actually,
That's a choice from other people to help him.
Someone else came forward to talk to me about it, and then it got brought to attention. One of my mods is the one that mentioned the Cash App if you wanted to help out.
Hold on, baby. Before we go there, loving, what are your what do you call it? Like love languages. What are your love languages in your relationship? Okay, wait, let me
I don't know. Maybe.
Are you married? Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I am.
Fiance?
Yes, I am.
You married?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are your love languages in your relationship or your marriage?
I don't know. Probably thoughtfulness, time, effort.
Thoughtfulness is not a love language, but time is. Yeah, quality time.
Okay. Well, I'm not super familiar with love languages. But I hear what you're saying, and you're going to say yours is physical touch, but it was not built on that. So I find that hard to believe.
Let her finish what she's saying first. Let Kiara finish what she's saying.
Okay, so the love languages that you get, right? So there's five love languages, right? So the one is words of affirmation. I don't know if you've heard of that before. There's quality time.
Yeah, I know what that means.
There's receiving gifts. There's acts of service, right? There's physical touch. And then there's the love. So all of those together, right? So something that I've learned.
Acts of service, yeah.
So something that I've learned is that I love giving people gifts. I love giving people, doing small things for people, right? I love going behind someone and giving them a hug. I love spending time with people or just telling them, guys, you know what, you're on the right path in life. You know what, you can do this. I love motivation. I love giving people motivation, right? So in being with your marriage, for instance, I'm just giving you an example. Your husband should be giving you your love languages, right? That you like receiving. And you should be giving him the love languages that you like giving, right? So for me, I love it when Jared, for instance, opens a door for me every single day. Every single day opens a door for me. I miss those things when he's not here, right? I miss him unpacking groceries with me. I miss him coming and giving me a hug or a kiss. I miss us spending time together or watching TV or whatever, going for our walks every single day. I miss us cooking together. So in a relationship, I miss those things. So is it wrong for Jared, right? For people to say, Jared, listen to me. Like, how do you feel about going to South Africa for a few days? Okay, cool, Jared. Here is $500 or whatever, because people did give him that much, right?
Aside from Cash App.
Let's go on TikTok and ask people what they think about it. And if people donate to you, then that's their choice. And he came here because maybe we needed that, loving. Like, how would you know? Like, you're not in our relationship, right? So
No, I'm
those
not.
things we need, and it's long distance. I don't think you've been in a long distance. I also haven't been in a long distance. This is all new for me. So Jared and I are still
And
very new.
I totally hear what you're saying, and I respect it, Kiara. I really do. But what I'm saying for me,
hold on. We're only going
okay.
on a year. We're going on a year together, right? Like talking, dating, getting engaged. It's been a year, right? That's how long it's been. And we trying to get not on our feet. We're just trying to see what works out. My older sister was also in a long distance, and she moved all the way to Doha for her husband. So we trying to work out things. So you don't have to worry about Jared's kids. Jared's kids are 100% healthy, fine, they're protected. Jared loves his kids. You guys don't see the conversations that he has with his kids. He is an amazing father. You guys might have a different opinion about it because you guys just don't see perhaps what he does for his kids, right? But I won't lie about it. Jared is a good father. And if Jared wasn't a good father, I wouldn't be the one being with him. I wouldn't want to marry him if he's not a good father because I'm a very strong, independent woman. So you guys don't have to worry about Jared's kids. You guys don't have to worry about Jared's kids' safety. All three of them are 100% safe, perfect, and fine where they are right now. And so one day...
Okay, and they might be, but what I'm saying is that's why most people have a problem with the situation. That's why you get a lot of the hate that you do, is because it seems like, and again, perception is not always 100% accurate, but it is the perception that you don't see your kids. You have been in Africa for 3 months. You're back there now. And so she is more of a priority. That's what people see. I'm just telling you what people see and why people take exception to you two.
So I'm actually not a priority.
I'm just trying to... I'm just telling you. And people are saying they agree. That's not me being rude.
Okay.
I'm just telling you guys. And just one other thing was... like the whole ambulance thing. You told your chat and her chat you were in an ambulance and you weren't. That's not cool.
My chat, hold on. I told my chat I was in an ambulance. That means they
you
would have
told
seen me.
Kiara's chat. Yes, you did.
I was having a panic attack from having high blood pressure, and I said, I may have said I was in an ambulance, but I was calling an ambulance, but instead I drove myself because I didn't want to have to pay an ambulance bill. I didn't even remember saying that because I was so messed up in the head over being anxious. What does that have to do with anything other than me getting to I could have easily got her attention by saying I'm in the hospital if I did it for attention. I was in the hospital regardless.
She even said you did it for attention.
She may have said that, but she didn't know. I got admitted into the hospital with a blood pressure of 157 over 115. Okay, they admitted me in the back. They did not give me a room because there was no room. There was no rooms available. They put me in a ER waiting room, not the front waiting room. Hooked me up to an IV, gave me medicine for my blood pressure, and had me there. I have discharge papers to prove it. I did not do it for attention.
I think we've probably all been in the emergency room. We know how it works.
Listen to me. I had a heart surgery in 2013, okay? So I get anxious when stuff like that happens. And all I was trying to do was let her know I was worried and I was looking for comfort from someone I love. All right? So regardless of how I said it, if I was trying to get attention, if it was only for attention, I would have just waited till I got to the hospital and said, "Babe, I'm in the hospital. I need your help." I didn't do that. Okay.
Okay.
I sent
Um,
that. I sent
how,
that ambulance.
and,
I sent that
mhm.
ambulance. Why so defensive? Because I'm getting accused of stuff.
I'm not accusing, I'm asking.
No, I'm talking to
I
the
don't think
chat.
it's anybody's damn business if you want to know the truth. Excuse me, Jared,
Um,
Kiara.
You're okay.
but you were saying you had high blood pressure and that you had heart problems, but I find it, I'm speaking for myself, odd that you haven't mentioned those heart problems in your transatlantic flight over to South Africa.
Transatlantic flight over.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Mention
you just flew 23 hours. Is your heart and blood pressure all better, or
No,
how does that
no,
work?
because they gave me Metoprolol, blood pressure
She
medicine,
has medicine now.
after I got out of the hospital. That's what it was for. I
Oh,
wasn't on
was
blood
that
pressure
before
medicine
or
before.
after you laughed at the chat and said you went and got a double cheeseburger, onion rings, and a milkshake?
I said because I was hungry and I hadn't eaten in 24 hours. Why does that matter? What I eat?
Because you laughed about it and said the high
Because I
sodium, like
felt
this is
better.
really crappy food to eat.
It is really crappy food to eat, but I was hungry. Who cares? That was the only thing open at 3 or 4 a.m. after I got out of the hospital.
Jared, you don't have to explain yourself to any damn one. You're grown.
She,
Loving, clearly you are a Reddit troll because you're obviously reading people's
Why?
stuff.
Because I have questions?
what do you eat, Loving? What do you eat? I'm just out of curiosity.
Oh,
what
I
do
eat
you
a bunch of crap.
Okay, then why are
garbage
you
food,
talking a bunch of crap? Then why are
typically.
you talking a bunch of crap?
Because I'm not in the hospital saying that I have high blood pressure and that
And that's
all this
none of
is
your damn
happening.
business. And that's none of your damn business if I am.
And if he had heart
But if you
problems,
put
they
it on
wouldn't
a,
give him the
If I what?
if you put it on a public forum, it becomes people's business if they choose.
Okay.
Lovely. If he had a heart problem, they wouldn't have put him on the airplane.
Okay, but he said he had a heart problem, and that's why he went to the hospital. So does he have a
do
heart problem, or did he do it for
I
attention?
still have the scars on both of my legs from them going up my arteries into my heart. I don't have to give out that information. That's my information. I was in the ER in 2013 with a heart rate of 225, having SVT, supraventricular tachycardia. Anyone in here a medical
Right, which is
professional?
not fatal and it is not deadly.
It's not
Absolutely,
fatal.
It is
I agree,
treatable.
Jared.
Except when your heart rate is 220 and can cause a heart attack.
Loving,
Absolutely, I'm in the medical
Loving,
field.
can I just say something respectfully, okay? And I'm not like trying to.
I didn't say it was a major
Hold
heart
on.
surgery. I
Hold
said
on,
it was a
baby.
minor heart surgery.
Hold on. I'm just any fucking heart surgery is major.
A heart ablation is a surgery on your heart.
Just hold on, baby. Any surgery that you might have is major. It's surgery. No one likes surgery, okay? Loving.
I agree.
I think me, personally, okay. If I had lost my husband, right, or wife, right, and I've gone through everything, sat next to a hospital bed, right, and grieved for months on end, right. I also think, you know, I also wouldn't be like in the right headspace, and
What?
Jared hasn't been okay because he's like really trying to move on, not like forget about the past, right? But at some point in time in life, right, you have to kind of like move on, you know? So anything got to do with the hospital triggers him.
Can I
Wait,
say?
hold on, baby.
I got to
hold
respond
on.
to this before it goes away.
on.
Someone just said having a heart rate of 225 is a normal heart rate and safe.
Just hold on, that's stupid. Just leave it.
Absolutely not.
When Jared fell in my house, okay, and got glass in his thumb, he was in so much pain and I had to take him to hospital. He freaked out from anxiety because of Rachel's situation. So certain situations that have happened to him in the past brings back memories,
By being in the hospital,
okay? And that's
hearing the beeps, hearing
That's-
everything.
just triggering.
Okay.
So Please don't comment about
But you're the one
stuff
that
like
said he did it all for attention. So how come your story's changing now?
No, I'm not saying my stories are changing. I never once said that. All I'm saying is that there are things in life that trigger you, right? Maybe something in your past that someone does on TikTok might trigger you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something
That's
that
possible,
you see in
yeah.
the open world might trigger you. So you can't really blame Jared for those type of things because it might have triggered him. It might have triggered him. And yes, I was angry with him. Yes, I did tell him that he's doing that for attention. But then when I spoke to his mom and his sister about it, they told me the real story. And he was freaking
But
out.
as a viewer, Kiara, that gets confusing because you said on live that his mother was sending you text messages that you were going to show that contradicted what he said. So I can't, it's like one story one day and the next it's another story. So people get confused.
Okay, well, loving, when I heard the story from his mom, because this was a legitimate story, then I understood, and especially his sister. His sister is very like strict, and he was legitimately in the hospital for what he said he was in the hospital for.
But he legitimately wasn't in an ambulance, which he said he was in. And somebody, I have panic and anxiety. I've never mistook my vehicle for an ambulance.
When I said it, I meant I was going to be getting on an ambulance. I may have typed it wrong, but I did not get on an ambulance. I drove myself to the hospital.
I mean, when I have anxiety, I shake. I know how you deal with anxiety.
Does it matter how I get to the hospital? Does it matter?
No, whenever you say you're you're in an ambulance, that's very different than driving yourself.
Okay.
What you did was you presented to her in her chat that there was an emergency, and there wasn't an emergency.
So you're saying there was an emergency just because I decided to drive myself?
Do I think there was an emergency? No, I do not.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. No, I don't.
Are you a medical professional?
No.
Okay.
You were not admitted to the hospital.
Yes, I was.
I know that.
Papers to prove it. Yeah, I was.
The ER is not an admission to the hospital. Everybody gets discharge papers unless you leave.
Hospital. I wasn't admitted into the
Then you
hospital.
weren't
I was admitted into the emergency room.
Okay, then that's like saying if I go to MedExpress for a sore throat, I'm being admitted into MedExpress.
You don't go to the regular hospital for a heart attack. You go to the ER for a heart attack, correct?
You go to the emergency room.
Right? But it's still a part of the hospital.
I mean, you didn't have a heart attack.
I'm giving you an example.
Nothing.
You are so far off base. You just literally are looking for every single piece to pick apart. That's all you're doing.
You're a troll.
No, I'm asking questions that a lot of people are.
You're done.
That's trolling. Blocker.
That's trolling. Where's the nurse that was wanting to come in here for a second? Janessa, come in here, Janessa. Real quick. I'll give you guys a second. Just let